This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. For months it seemed like the only Encrochat cases were coming from Liverpool. This is only due to processing and the way that the cases and the operations unfolded. The main Liverpool operation by the NCA was called Operation Venetic. And in London, it was called Operation Eternal. And in this case, 2 men have been convicted and jailed for their use of Encrochat devices, and they attempted to move firearms and also commit murder. For anybody that isn't familiar with Encrochat and the coverage on the channel for the past year, go and check out the Encrochat playlist with over 50 videos detailing in depth the whole process and most of the cases that have gone forward in court. The prosecution service has said in a statement today that 2 men have been convicted in court after officers from England and Wales worked together to bring them to justice. The men were found guilty after a lengthy criminal investigation into the use of their Encrochat devices. Paul Fontaine, 36 years old, from Pembury Road, Hackney, and Frankie Sinclair from Cardiff were both found guilty on March the 14th this year. They were convicted at the Old Bailey of conspiracy to supply or transfer a prohibited firearm, conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to transfer, acquire, possess ammunition with intent to endanger life, possessing a firearm with intent to endanger life, possessing ammunition with intent to endanger life, possessing more ammunition when prohibited, possessing another firearm when prohibited, and conspiracy to possess counterfeit money as well. Shortly after the trial began, Sinclair pled guilty to 2 counts of conspiracy to supply Class A drugs, cocaine and heroin. Detective Chief Inspector Driss Hayukane from the Metropolitan Police Crime Command said these 2 dangerous men have been convicted in a case that is a testament to the police working together in different forces. Paul Fontaine and Frankie Sinclair believed that their encrypted devices meant that they were untouchable and they sought to commit violent crimes. However, the Metropolitan Police and its efforts dismantled the group and its organised crime. The convictions were a result of Operation Eternal's investigation, and it was 18 months that they was watching them for. The Encrochat devices from both parties were not recovered. However, detectives carried out an extensive review of the Encrochat data and were able to attribute the handles Usual Wolf to Fontaine and New Train to Sinclair. The court heard how Fontaine had been a London-based professional businessman and it was involved in the sales of drugs, weapons and counterfeit money. He communicated with them on Encrochat phones and he used the Encrochat system under the handle Usual Wolf. They said that he conspired with others to transfer a firearm that was subsequently used in the murder of 29-year-old Abdullah Mahmood, who was murdered by Khalid Hogan on the 19th of March 2020 in the Enfield area of London. Evidence revealed that Fontaine had a picture of Hogan following his arrest on his phone and had contact with another person believed to have arranged the disposal of the vehicle involved in the murder. And they also said that his Encrochat phone stopped being active on the 20th of March 2020, the day after the murder, and was not used for 7 days. The first Encrochat message was in relation to Fontaine trying to obtain another firearm. Frankie Sinclair, who was based in Cardiff, used the Encrochat name New Train, and he was deeply involved in supplying Class A drugs in the Cardiff area. The court heard that Sinclair was involved in a violent dispute with a violent, organised crime gang. And Sinclair messaged Fontaine over Encrochat about his plans and also sent an image of a combat knife in a sheath. This was later recovered by the police from his mother's address. The events from that discussion led to a shooting at the home address of Sinclair's mother in Cardiff on the 31st of March 2020. Sinclair was present with an associate, and this was a key event which triggered the conspiracy to murder a 34-year-old man and other people. Sinclair believed that they were responsible for the shooting and he went to seek revenge. Sinclair discussed the CCTV of the shooting at his mother's address on his mobile phone, and this was later recovered by police, and it showed 3 individuals with a shotgun, handgun and crossbow attacking the property. Sinclair sought the assistance of Fontaine again, and they conspired via Encrochat to murder the 34-year-old who did this, and this was done between the 30th of March and the 8th of June 2020. Sinclair sought Fontaine to transfer handguns, ammunition and provide manpower in order to carry out the planned murder, and this included Sinclair naming the victim and stating that he knew their locations via Encrochat messaging. Detectives used the Encrochat messages between Fontaine and another user called Chestbridge, who is an unknown third party, and they were discussing hiring hitmen to get revenge. Fontaine told Chestbridge that he wanted to make them a duppy, and in evidence they said that this means to kill somebody, and in other slang terms, to make them a ghost. Chestbridge responded and said 30k a body, all in, or you provide the tools and 20k. Expert evidence stated this referred to costing £30,000 and that individuals would bring their own firearms, and £20,000 if they were given them. More evidence revealed that Sinclair was unable to immediately secure a firearm through Fontaine, but he went on to source a Walther PKK handgun from another party between the 31st of March and the 1st of April, and he referred to it as the James Bond ting. However, he was lacking enough ammunition to carry out the attack, so then Sinclair contacted Fontaine again to get ammunition. Fontaine then facilitated Sinclair by obtaining a Colt revolver and ammunition from the Newcastle area on the 6th of February 2020, and this was from another Encrochat user. In order to seek revenge, Sinclair sent a courier to collect the firearm under the false pretense that he was collecting money. Separate to this, they discovered that Fontaine was involved in a conspiracy to supply a kilo of heroin, and even though the deal fell through, the recipient sourced from elsewhere, he conspired to have £50,000 in counterfeit notes produced for Chestbridge. Sinclair was shown to be involved heavily in the supply of cocaine and heroin and regularly discussed kilo quantities being provided. Paul Fontaine was arrested on the 28th of October 2020, and Frankie Sinclair was arrested in Cardiff on the 24th of November 2020. The police said in a statement that they wanted to pay particular attention to the outstanding work of several of the officers involved and the dedication that they showed while trying to get the conviction. They said Frankie Sinclair is a violent and dangerous criminal with a long history of drug dealing in Cardiff, and we sought to use the evidence from the Encrochat phones to be able to convict him. And that is why they got a conspiracy to murder charge alongside conspiring to kill somebody else. Abdullah Mahmood was shot dead in what they described in the media as a possible gang attack. And this is the sad reality of what really occurs, and the fact that sometimes people don't know where the weapons will go to, who they sell the guns to, and what they will do with it as well. And this is definitely something to think about. So I really appreciate you joining me for this episode, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow me online as well at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Facebook. Peace.